bitch, I will prove you wrong. You wanna hate me now, but I bet you know my song. I know these niggas don't excite me. Hell no, these bitches wanna fight me. I know, cause a nigga said he texting my phone. These bitches don't like me. I know, these niggas don't excite me. Hell no, these bitches wanna fight me. I know.
Hey guys, I'm sorry the camera is moving. Welcome to Babyface Mafia. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe and like. Today is gonna be another story time of a friendship that I wish I didn't lose, but it's gone, unfortunately. So first I want to give a shout out to Isis. Thank you so much for letting me be the one that inspires you to do what you do. We're gonna talk more about her at the end of the video. So this story time goes into the last story time I told you guys about Jay and I, the twin sisters. So as you know, they came in towards the end of 7th grade year. Me and I automatically clicked. We were sisters. We skipped the whole best friend part. Like, we didn't have to get close together. We just were automatically close, automatically told each other everything. It wasn't like we were shy towards each other. We just literally clicked, like ham and cheese and sandwich. Clicked. So 7th grade year, everything was cool. 7th grade year, I dated this dude named Stick. Well, that's not his name, but that's what we're gonna call him. And then I dated my cousin. We're gonna name him Penguin. So Penguin and Stick were close. Me and I were obviously best friends / sisters. So it was like a little best friend couple thingy. So we were all cool then. 8th grade year came around. The beginning of 8th grade year, Stick and me were still dating, but he had to move out of town. Out of state. So, like, his best friend, who we're gonna call Red, was there for me. And like 4 or 5 months later, me and Red got together. And yeah. And then, I'm not gonna lie to you guys at all in the story. At all. So babe, I'm so sorry, but I love you. But, so, beginning of 8th grade year, Stick left. I cried every day because I really, like, he was my first actual attachment. Like, dead ass. We did literally everything together. And so the beginning of 8th grade year, he left. I was by myself. But my sister was still there with me. If I cry, y'all, I'm so sorry. This is just an emotional thing for me to talk about because this is like a really big friendship in my life that I really do wish like I didn't lose with So 5 months later, me and Red got together. Me and I were sisters, okay? But keep in mind, she has a twin sister that I never got along with. We would get along, and then we wouldn't get along. We would almost fight, and then we would be cool. And then people would go back and forth saying that she was talking shit about me, I was talking shit about her, and it probably wasn't even true, but that's how that went. So one day, I just told her, like, and I really do feel bad for this because my cousin broke up with her like 2 days before I broke up with her. because he just didn't have feelings for her anymore, I guess. Well, not I guess, because he didn't have feelings for her anymore. And so, like, I had already been talking to him before he broke up with him. Like, I don't know if I knows this, but I had already been talking to him about, like, telling like, I don't want to be friends with you until your sister and me don't have drama no more. Because I felt like she was being put in the middle of something that she had no need being put in the middle of. Because people would always talk about her saying, like, oh, how you still gonna talk to Anna whenever Jay and her are beefing. Jay is her twin sister. Like, how are you gonna do that? Family's supposed to come first. So about 2 or a day after my cousin broke up with her, I told her, I was like, we can't be friends no more. Like, we can't, because I'm tired of the bullshit. Like, I don't want you being in the middle of it. This, that, you know? And yeah. So she cried every day, guys. Every day. And I hated it. But I couldn't be the one to put her in the middle of something that was not her problem. So me and Red were together. And Christmas break came. Everything was cool, you know. Then we came back from Christmas break. And there were rumors going around that that Red had cheated on me with I. And I didn't believe it, because I is not a person to do something like that to a person that she cares about. So, like, I didn't even confront her about it. But at the same time, before Christmas break had ended, she told me she had feelings for him. But I had thought I was gonna move out of state. So I told her, like, I don't care if you have feelings. Like, I don't want to focus on that, because I rather spend these days with you that I have left here, because I don't know if I am leaving. And she was like, okay. And she told me, like, I'll stop talking to him. And I was like, okay. Like, I really didn't care though. And so we came back from Christmas break, and people were saying that, like, they were together while me and him were still together. So I was like, oh, okay. But I didn't believe it, because, like, he wasn't acting different. But I caught them flirting, and I caught them getting closer every day. And I just, like, I would stop talking to them. Like, I would still be with him, but I wouldn't really say anything. I would just be sitting there. And one day we were in math class, and she told me, she was like, she was crying, and I knew, like, it hurt her. And this is where I'm gonna start crying, because I still really do care about her, and I hope everything is okay. And she told me, she was like, he cheated on you with me. And I was like, oh. And, like, I was heartbroken. And, like, I didn't talk to her. And she got mad at me, and she was like, how could you forgive him but not forgive me? And I told her, I was like, I don't forgive him, but I care about him, so I can't just break up with him. And she was like, that doesn't make sense. Like, me and you have been through everything together. And I understand where she comes from now. Like, now that I look back at it, I understand where she's coming from. How could you choose a guy over a girl? I totally understand that. But me at that time thought he was everything. Like, so, like, I stayed with him. And so, what was his name? Stick? Was that his name? The ex from the beginning of 8th grade year. If Stick wasn't his name, is his name now. Stick came back, and that same freaking day, you guys, Red got checked out from school because he had to go take a drug test. Mind you, this was 8th grade, but we not gonna speak on that. Um. So when I seen him, like, me and I were still cool, and she was like, "You should talk to him and tell him how you still feel," because I did still have feelings for him. I I had mixed feelings, but I knew I still cared about him in a type of way. But I didn't know if it was like that. So during lunch, I went up to Stick and was like, "Anna wants to talk to you," and he was like, "Okay, like, I'm sitting here, she can come talk to me." So I went over there and I asked him like if he was okay, how he was doing, and like things like that. And he was like, "Oh, I'm okay." And then yeah, we went outside to walk around, and like I left him alone. And like we just met up and we just started walking and talking, and like I told him how I felt, which is so funny because I'm not that type of person. Like, I'm so fucking shy. Like, I'm not that type of person. Like, I'm shy until you get to know me. Like, when you get to know me is when you get to see the crazy side. Like, for real, I have to get comfortable with you first. Um, and so, like, I told him how I felt, and he was like, "What does that mean?" And I was like, I don't know. Like, I have to talk to Red first. And he was like, "Why do you have to talk to him?" You know, being the overprotective person that he was of me. Um, and I was just like, "I don't know. Like, I have to talk to him." And he was like, "So do you want to be with me still?" And my dumbass said yes when I wasn't sure. And so I forgot what come. Oh, so we go inside and he's telling everyone we're together. And I text Red and I tell him like we're done. Like, because I really wanted to think, but I didn't even think. I told Stick that I wanted to be with him. I didn't even think about it. And he was like, "Okay." So then, me and Stick or whatever, he was my first kiss. So after school came, he kissed me bye, and I took the bus home, and his parents picked him up. So, like, I would have to go this way and he would have to go upstairs. So, like, he would meet me at my locker, he gave me a kiss, he left, said bye, and whatever. But he was happy that we were really together, which is like, anyways, we're not gonna talk about that. So, like, Adrian had started texting me and was like, "I'm gonna kill myself, this, that, like, you don't know how much you mean to me," type of stuff. And me being the sensitive person I am, was like, I'll break up with Stick. So I broke up with Stick and I got back together with Red because I didn't want him to hurt himself. And the next day, Stick was so mad at me. Like, he was so mad at me. But I had told, ooh, I almost said his name. I had told Red that me and Stick kissed. And I guess, like, Red had told I, like, "Oh, I'm gonna break up with her," or whatever. But me and him were, like, really okay the next day. Like, we didn't even talk about it. Like, we were just okay. And so that's whenever I started noticing I and Red flirting. And that's whenever, like, I just, like, distanced myself away from them. And then that's whenever drama started getting worse, and we can't be best friends no more. That's it. Like, that's it. And so me and Red stayed together all through 8th grade. And then we broke up. And then freshman year came. Um, Red went there for a little bit and then he moved schools. Stick was there, I was there, I's twin sister was there. Basically the same people were still there. Me and I kind of became close together, but we weren't so close, but we were still close because we had been so close before that we couldn't just not care about each other. And she told me, like, I still can't get over the fact that my cousin had broke up with her. She still cared about him. That was her first serious attachment, I think. And like you could tell she was still hurt and all. So me being the person I am, I was like, I'm gonna fucking talk to him. Like, he needs to know what he did to you. Because whenever they had first broke up, I was like, that's my cousin, and I don't care that he's my cousin. I'm gonna beat his ass because he shouldn't hurt my sister like that. Me being the person I am, I'm a fighter. She would never let me fight though. But that's how that was. So freshman year came, we would talk during lunch, and then we just stopped talking because there was this girl named Yellow that would always come up to me in my 6th hour that had art with her, that had art with I, and would come up to me during 6th hour and be like, oh, she said this about you. And I played volleyball. So, like, volleyball games, we would be able to dress up, the people that play volleyball. So I would dress up, be looking cute and all. No, guys, I was looking ugly. But, yeah. Like, Yellow would always come up to me and be like, oh, she said this about you. Her twin sister said this about you. But me and her twin sister were actually getting pretty cool. Like, we would talk to each other and all. And then the drama started coming up again, and I started distancing myself away from I again because I didn't want it. Like, I wasn't about that anymore. Freshman year, like, I only talked to one person, and that's Teddy Bear. Not from the, I think from the last video too. But if it's not, we're gonna call her Dreamix. So she knew like all the tea, and the funny thing is, she went to 8th grade with us, but I didn't know. I didn't know until freshman year. That's hilarious to me because like that's so ironic. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, and then like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, in freshman year I still had feelings for Stick. Like, whenever people would say like, oh, he's talking shit about you, I would take it as a compliment, like, yo, I'm still on your mind, like, what's up? um but no, I don't have feelings for him no more. I have a boyfriend. Like, yeah. um but I did still have feelings for him, and then him and I's twin sister got together, and everybody would be like, oh, all they do is talk shit about you, like that's the only reason why they're together, like that's the only thing they have in common. And I would just, like, honestly, I would say slick shit like, oh yeah, that's funny, like the only reason that y'all are together is because y'all don't like me, like that's the only thing y'all have in common. But as I see them now, like, they are really happy, and like I'm very happy for them because I that's all I want them to be, is happy. I don't wish bad on nobody unless you really fuck with me. Ooh, we're not gonna get on that. But yeah, what the fuck is shining on my wall? What the fuck? It's probably, I don't know. But yeah, that's that. That's that story. But as far as I know, me and I are okay. We don't talk. We're not best friends. We're not, like, we don't really talk like that no more. But she is okay. She has a boyfriend. She's happy. She has a best friend and stuff like that. Um. So yeah. Um. So the story time is over. We're gonna go back to Isis, the girl that I shouted out in the beginning of the video. The reason why I am shouting her out, y'all, is because she slid up on me the other day on Snap and was like, when is your next video coming out? First of all, I was happy because she was actually concerned. Like, she actually watches my fucking videos. And I was like, oh shit, somebody's really watching my shit. And I was like, oh, it's coming out tomorrow, which was yesterday. And I'm sorry I didn't upload ISIS. I really am. But she was like, yo, like, you inspire me. Like, you're like part of the reason why I'm actually doing most of my makeup, because before I wouldn't do all of it. Now I'm actually doing eyebrows and stuff. Like, that makes me so happy, because that's all I want to do. Is I just want to inspire you guys to move on forward with your life. I don't want you guys just doing what you know how to do. I want you guys to work harder so you can do things. Because if this quarantine coronavirus stuff still go on, even if the only thing you know how to do is your eyebrows, baby girl, you still learn something. Now you're looking like a bad bitch. So yeah, that eyebrow tutorial will be coming out soon though too. But tomorrow I'm gonna be trying to upload 2 videos, because I finished my first half of English for my senior. I don't know if he's gonna try to upload the second half tomorrow, but so if he doesn't, I'll be able to do 2 videos. The first video is gonna be a question thingy that I had you guys ask me anonymously on Snap, and I will be answering those questions tomorrow. And I had girls on a separate story ask me questions that I want to do, even though I answered them already on Snap. I'm gonna do them anyways on a YouTube video, just because obviously there are females out there that don't have me on Snap, and if they come across the video, they can learn new things or stuff like that. So yeah, if you've made it this far into the video, go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and like, go ahead and share, let your friends know what's up. And I hope you guys sleep well. If you get bored during this quarantine, hit me up. Like, no cap, I probably won't answer, but if I answer, but yeah, as I said, me and her are cool. There is no beef between me and her. If you find her video, don't be like, oh, go watch her video, she was talking shit this. No, because she doesn't need that, I don't need that. We're just trying to live our lives. Period.